Cork County Council Local Economic and Community Plan seeks to support and promote a vibrant economy, where enterprise can thrive through embracing technological advancements and fostering innovation, while being responsible stewards of our environment, and creating socially inclusive communities which are not just sustainable and empowered, but resilient in the face of challenges, and where the health and well-being of our citizens is at the forefront. The Local Economic and Community Plan, or LECP, was developed around 6 high-level goals. Under each high-level goal, a series of objectives have been identified to achieve specified outcomes. Under each of these objectives, there are a series of actions which either Cork County Council or our economic and community stakeholders will complete, which will help to achieve a high-level goal of the plan. These actions form the implementation plan which accompanies the LECP framework plan. The LECP guidelines outline that case studies should accompany the annual report on implementation. For the purposes of this year's LECP case study, we have focused on high-level goal 4. A low carbon and climate resilient county that protects biodiversity and the environment. The specific objective we have chosen as our case study is raise awareness of climate change, climate action interventions, and the importance of healthy functioning ecosystems in mitigating the impacts of climate change, facilitating education and training. The specified action under this objective is develop smart solutions and initiatives to support nature-based solutions and create one community of practice under the Horizon Europe project A-AAgora, nature-based solutions for coastal zone management. This project, which brought together researchers from centres of further education, community groups and the local authority to develop smart solutions for coastal zone management, is a powerful example of what the LECP is all about: collaboration, innovation and a shared vision for our county.
The Agora project is part of the European Commission's mission to restore our oceans and waters by 2030. It brings together 3 regions: Cork in Ireland, the Centro region of Portugal and Karlsøy in Norway. The project focuses on making coastal communities climate resilient and developing technological, social and economic innovations for large-scale restoration of coastal and marine ecosystems. For the Cork demonstration, we've rolled out a number of smart solutions, including a solar-powered water pump, which allows for the rehydration of grazing horses, which are used for invasive species management at Harper's Island. We've also rolled out a coastal research camera, which enables the accurate mapping of coastal dynamics, in particular erosion hotspots, such as the sand dunes here in Inchydoney. The Cork demonstration team of Cork County Council and Marei UCC are using a community of practice as the focal point for our research and innovation. A community of practice can be best described as different groups in society: volunteers, public bodies, policymakers, businesses and researchers working together to achieve common goals. The Agora project has worked closely with different communities and stakeholders to assist and further develop a bottom-up approach to biodiversity restoration, where community groups and public bodies work together to achieve common climate action and biodiversity goals. Harper's Island Wetlands Project is a perfect example of a community of practice success story.
I suppose the strength of Harper's Island is the community of practice, where you have Cork County Council expertise, you have the expertise of the local community, you also have Birdwatch Ireland, you also have the academic expertise of UCC, which is involved in this project as well. At Harper's Island we also installed a solar power pump. During the year we introduced horses to the island and they manage the invasive species by primarily eating them. So the idea behind the solar power pump was to provide a water source so that the animals on the island would get plenty of water. This is a fabulous project for all of us who are involved. I've been involved with Harper's Island for the last 6 or 7 years. On a day like today, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It's an absolute fabulous advertisement for the work that can happen when the community and the council work together with the funding sources through the A-AAgora.
We often say that it just so happened that we had all the right people in the right place at the right time. You had Cork County Council, who had the land, basically. You had Birdwatch Ireland, local volunteer group, who had the idea initially. Then you had Clowntown Community, you had Men's Shed, Tidy Towns, Community Association, and all bought into the project, to the idea. And it is only because of that, really, that we have been so successful. it was already very, very important for biodiversity. So kind of a twofold benefit. You have improving the biodiversity, but also being able to protect it. Especially in Cork Harbour, where over the decades the harbour would have been subject to an awful lot of habitat, we'll say destruction. But it's just fantastic that we have an area now that is rich in biodiversity, not just birds, all sorts of wildlife, and that it will be protected for future generations.
When I started at first, what I wanted to do was get the young people of the parish to see what nature was like. So I said that'd be a great thing for all the young people, that they could come in here and see it firsthand, what the water birds were like and biodiversity, and see all about the butterflies, bees and all of that. Harper's Island means an awful lot to me. I think you can safely call it my second home. If you want to relax, come down to Harper's Island, walk around it, and you forget the world was there. That's what I like about it.
The Marei Centre is the SFI Research Ireland nationally funded centre for climate, energy and the marine. I lead coastal marine systems, one of the 7 research areas. It's headquartered here in University College Cork and has 13 other higher education partners across Ireland. Been involved with the expert couple now for 2 decades. Back in the early 2000s we came together. Really important opportunity for ourselves to work directly with local authorities on key issues, climate change, climate adaptation and issues for local communities like coastal erosion. It's very important that our science is used. We're an applied research centre, so we'd like people to know what's happening. We'd like the public to know what we're doing. We'd like to work with the local authorities, elected representatives to know what we can do to help solve problems in the coastal marine areas.
So Inchydoney is a beautiful beach here in West Cork, and we have a large beach with a sand dune system at the back of it. And the sand dune system is very important because it's protecting the land from the beach and from the sea. And when we have storms and different weather events, this dune system protects the road and protects the houses. However, it is a dynamic system, so it changes all the time. And what we're trying to do in our research is to understand what is this change, what is happening, how is this sand dune system responding to different weather events. So we know that we're getting more storms and more difficult weather, particularly during the winter season. And we want to know, how is this dune system working? How is it protecting the shore? When is it most at risk? And what sort of storm events will really impact this dune system? And that's why we put the camera in there. So our camera that we've deployed as part of the A-AAgora project takes a photograph of this area every 30 minutes during daylight hours. And what we're doing there is we're building up a bank of photographs which will really enable us to characterise that change, to characterise that dynamism in the coastal system. And with that research then, that will allow us later to understand, well, what sorts of things happen when we have different types of storms. When we have really heavy storms, where's the difficulty? How much threat is the dune system under? And what might we be able to do later? And what could we do to try and protect that dune system into the future?
This project, which brought together researchers from centres of further education, community groups and the local authority to develop smart solutions for coastal zone management, is a powerful example of what the LECP is all about. Collaboration, innovation and a shared vision for our county. It's exactly this kind of partner-driven approach that sits at the heart of the LECP, working across sectors, sharing knowledge and responsibility and delivering real impact for our communities. The work being carried out at Inchydoney and Harper's Island are helping to achieve the aspirational outcomes under high-level Goal 4, through increased collaboration to identify and promote sustainable practices and enhancing environmental protection.